So the lover girl thing, especially with Nigerian men, doesn't work.
I cannot save a damsel that likes his distress. So
Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Ify and forcefully known as Babes. And this is my lovely friend, Adese, happily known as Bibbles. Today's episode is This Week on Bants. So it's a new segment where we just tell you about what's happening, what has happened this week, what's currently happening, and give you like very short opinions. I feel like it's necessary because some videos, like there are some topics that don't require a lot of talking, really. Like you can give your opinion in like 2 sentences. So that's the whole essence of this video. First of all, for This Week on Bants, Cardi B is pregnant.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Me and my man, we're very supportive of each other. We're like in the same space in our careers.
Cardi B announced her pregnancy in an interview with Gil King, and she told us that she's pregnant for her current partner, Stefan Diggs. Very short opinion is wishing you success, Cardi. That's all I can say.
you know the way you said that? You know the way you said that? You know, like this Nigerian overly educated aunties that a 15-year-old will go tell, yeah, I'm getting married, I'm pregnant. They'll be like, wow, wishing you success.
There's nothing else to say. You know, the thing is, I don't want to like waste our time, but the thing is with Cardi B, when she was just getting her fame was when she got pregnant for her first baby. And I remember there was a lot of opinions about that because it was like, oh, you haven't like settled in your career yet. Like she had that hit single, and people were like, oh, you haven't settled in, like allow yourself to like enjoy yourself. This man is trying to trap you with a baby. And she sort of in a way proved to the world that, you know, no one can hold her down. No baby can hold her down, you know. And drama in her love life is really part of her whole brand. So,
Auntie, please, ma'am, please, I have some. The fact that people said that she was like, oh yeah, she's going to do her thing, and she was successful in doing it because she has really come to stay over the years. Then that same man, during their debacle, said all the things he said, and every time that sentence literally traumatizes me. When they were going, I think they had their back and forth on Twitter. I don't know, whatever social media app. He said, yeah, you my baby mama. Something along those lines.
Yeah, he did.
That shit, like the way that thing traumatized me.
Yeah.
That thing traumatized me so much.
Yeah.
If I'm a Cardi B, I don't think I would. I honestly will ever get pregnant again.
My thing with Cardi B is I've come to accept that this is going to be part of her brand, like having love life problems. Like it's going to, like, I feel like I've come to accept it because yeah, she can make better choices, but she doesn't want to make those choices. So I'm okay with the choices she makes. They're entertaining choices.
I agree. I agree. They're entertaining choices. However, they are children at the middle of those choices. And Stefan said, I get it, because when he kept dogging her out and people kept saying, why are you still in this relationship? You don't love yourself, blah, blah, blah. Her main thing was, this man held me down when nobody else did. So, I'm going to do my best to work so that the relationship works out. Yeah. However you see that, whatever. Also, she had kids with this man, so I was like, oh well, she wants to see if things can work out. However you judge that, again, whatever. But I don't even know if they are done with the divorce.
No, I don't. I think it's still on. It's still on.
Then you are pregnant by Father of the Year? Because of Cardi's personality, a good number of the things she does not get as criticized as much, because she's very lovable, she's very funny, she's very recently I think she was like selling her for publicity, she was selling her new I don't know if it's album or music, I don't know what she drops, but she was selling it on like the streets, and it was really, I said it was really funny. I was like, oh, this is funny. But because she has that very lovable personality, which is one of the things that I think has made her really last in the industry. But because of that personality, I think some of the things that she does are not criticized as much. Because why the fuck are you you know what? I rest my case.
I'm
And
here
for
to.
people that are watching this video that are like, yeah, well, yeah, she has money. Fuck that. Like, this is a whole person. You're creating a whole person. How can you stay with a man for, I don't know, 3 years, two? Like, well, okay, what is this child going to do for this relationship? Like, what is the point of this? He has kids, you have kids. What is the rush? In case I've never said it, I am extremely against having unnecessary children. I am extremely against it. If you have unnecessary children, will I judge you for it? Oh, absolutely. 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 Because it's not just, oh, the money, the money, the money. You need psychological resources to, you know what? I rest my case.
Okay, so next on the news, it has, this is Nigerian news now, is the new tax law. So a new tax law has been signed and is going to take effect in, I think, January 2026.
Daily. Are all Nigerians now going to be paying more taxes under the new law?
No. Majority of Nigerians, more than 97%, will pay less taxes. Only the top 2-3% will pay slightly more.
Will market women and small traders now pay daily taxes?
No. The taxes they have been paying currently are so many and the burden is so high. Under the new law, they will not have to pay income tax, they won't have to charge VAT, no withholding tax, and the taxes they have to pay to local government and state, we're currently harmonizing them so they are limited to about 1 or 2.
And it's trying to capture the many Nigerians who aren't paying tax in Nigeria. So people are going to start paying tax if they earn above 800,000 naira, which is roughly turns out to 67,000 naira a month. So if you earn up to 67,000 naira a month, you're going to be taxed now in Nigeria, and you're going to be taxed through your BVN. And I think the way it works is it's going to be any amount on top the 800,000 naira you earn. So it's not like they're going to tax you for the first 800,000; they're taxing you on top. So if you're earning 1 million, you're going to be taxed 15% from the 200,000. And also for people who live abroad and have businesses in Nigeria, you're going to be taxed, because according to the law, it doesn't seem like all of them are paying tax. And if you're spending up to 6 months in Nigeria, so for people who are doing semi-japada, like they're abroad and they go and spend a reasonable amount of time in Nigeria, they're also going to become tax residents, so they're going to pay tax. Opinions on this. This is a big deal because we all know that the Nigerian populace are going through a lot. Inflation is crazy. Inflation is everywhere, but Nigeria's inflation is on another level. The naira has fallen crazily since 2020, and the people don't feel like the tax that's currently being collected through VAT, through other means, is being used for anything. People are suffering, people cannot eat in that country, and now because you are earning above 7,000 naira a month, you're going to be taxed even more. Although some people, I think there's been a lot of talk on the matter. Some people have said, oh, they're going to stop. It's not like this will now be the only tax you pay going forward. Like, it's not like they're taxing you this one, then they're taxing you if one they were taxing you before. No. There's a lot of discourse on the matter, and as Nigerians, it's just, we all know that they are like, how Nigeria goes.
Iffy. I hold my tongue from speaking on things Nigeria, because honestly it's disheartening. Like, where do you start from? That's one. Two, there's nothing good to say. But also because as Nigerians, we are not ready as a collective. Like, we are not ready to be better. We are just genuinely not ready. Right? So, because, like, you cannot save a damsel that likes his distress. So, it's the truth. It's honestly the truth. It's the truth. Like, every time there's a presidential election, so if you're watching this video for some reason and you don't, understand, you are not familiar with Nigeria. Nigeria, we are, so first things first, we are racially homogeneous, so we are all black. The only thing, the one thing that we do identify by or identify with is our ethnic groups. So there are different ethnic groups. I think there are about 700 and something of them. There are the big three, which is the Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa. Now, every time there's a presidential election in Nigeria, the thing that is top of mind for a number of Nigerians is, well, honestly, there are quite a few things. But part of the conversation is, oh, what ethnicity is this person? I need you to understand, 67,000 naira is less than 60 USD. Is less than, I think it's like maybe 40 USD. I'm not sure what the conversion rate is. Do you know what our mortality rate is? Do you know what our infant mortality rate is?
Crazy.
People are dying because they cannot afford malaria medication. People are dying because they don't have clean water to drink. So, like I said, like this is going to be on a, like, I don't even have the, this is not something Bibbles can have a conversation about. These conversations only at the second have it. Bibbles, nope. She's too happy to have. It's so ridiculous. The corruption rate is off the charts. Now you want to tax people more? Well, good luck. Again, I keep saying this. A society materially creates the diseases it experiences. Meaning, in some way, shape, or form, we are the ones that decide that we're going to take it. Until we decide that, it's enough. We're not going to take this shit. We need to move past this. We will be where we are. So if the 236 million of us cannot have a common interest and decide, you know what, our lives should be better. We're smart people, we're intelligent, we're beautiful, we love ourselves. But there is this one thing we cannot decide on. We cannot decide that we deserve better for ourselves. If you know what Nigerians, you know what you know what as a country it reminds me of.
What?
Have you ever tried pulling your friend that is in a bad relationship out of that relationship? It's impossible. This week, the boy beat her. She's crying in your house, and you're like, this boy is not good for you. You were almost in a coma. The next week, she's right back there, telling the boy about you. And now, the boy is not talking to you, and she has stopped talking to you because the boy is like, that's a bad friend. We are not ready. By the time when we are ready, we genuinely are not ready. And the government has designed itself so that it keeps the masses severely oppressed, especially psychologically oppressed too. So we have not, like, we need to be angry enough to leave our situation. We are not angry enough. Until we get to that point, there's no point. Let us move on.
Next on this, what happened this week? The body of a 15-year-old, the dismembered body, I should add, of a 15-year-old named Celeste Herrera was found in the car of an artist, David. His Tesla, her body was found in the Tesla. This is currently a developing story.
Possible connection between singer David and a missing teenage girl found dead in the trunk of a Tesla owned by him.
The body found inside the trunk of an abandoned Tesla registered to the singer David has been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen...
It's currently hot on TikTok because there's a lot of TikTok investigators, bringing out news and connections from digital footprints. But there's a lot of speculation. David himself, I think, is about 20 years old. So Celeste is an underage girl, and it seems allegedly like they might have been things between them. As the last I checked on the news, it doesn't seem like he was a person of interest, but his home was searched. Some videos are coming out from Discord where there are images that seem to be her. Not very certain about that. Where they did like live streams, and I think Discord has come out to dissociate themselves from him, saying they were not aware that she was underaged. She had been missing for about a year, and her family had reported this. Her brother said, and I think her brother and her mom said she was dating a David, but they couldn't connect her to this particular David, the artist. Yeah. So it's a developing story. It's really hot. I think I've seen some news saying that he lawyered up. I'm not sure. Yeah. So it's going to be like a big. In fact, it is currently a big story right now in Hollywood. Yeah.
My heart breaks. Well, I mean, what do you say? My heart breaks for the family. My heart breaks for the mother. Um, I don't like. I'm not sure whatever happened. All the chain of events that got this child where she found herself dismembered. But that is so sad. That is heartbreaking. That is so sad. I really hope. I mean, whichever way you slice it, whether the David. First of all, this is the first time I'm even hearing about the guy. I guess that's just how old I am. But however you slice it, whether he's involved, he's not involved. It's a sad way to go. It's definitely there's definitely foul play because people don't just wound up dismembered. Sad, and I hope for her sake and for the sake of the family that they do get justice.
Yes. Yeah. Very sad story. Moving back now to Nigeria.
Oh God, this continues to traumatize me.
So an interview with the pop artist Tiwa Savage came out
Oh,
where she said she was dating. She was on a podcast promoting her new album, and she mentioned that she was dating another famous person who told her they should keep things on the low, and they will be in the same room together. He would be flirting with other people
other
while she,
girls, yeah. I saw the clip.
yeah, because he told her to keep things on the low. My 2 cents on that is just, like, I feel like aside when Tiwa was getting married, to T Bleeze. I remember, I feel like that was a Linda Ikeji time period because
Yeah, for sure, for
really
sure.
interested in,
Oh my
yeah.
God, where's Linda Ikeji?
Saw me on Instagram.
Oh really? Is the blog still like up and running?
Last I checked it was, but I haven't checked
Oh
this since. I
wow.
don't.
Ah,
So
a woman on her in her own league.
I feel like that was the last time we had any positive spin on
And I
Tiwa.
really spin.
Yeah, on Tiwa's love life. Like, aside that, anything that has come out about Tiwa's love life, it just makes you feel like, does this woman know who she is?
Yeah. It reminds me of Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't really. I feel like we don't take Tiwa the way she is. What I mean by that is, I my perception of her is she just wants to have fun
Mm,
and be happy, And I think she also comes across as a big lover girl.
mm,
So I think when those three things come together, and a number of other things, and also just she's a global superstar. So when all these things come together and it doesn't mix well, the chances of finding a person that has sense is you know because for her level of stardom, you really have to be strict, like really strict with yourself,
mm-hmm.
to find a partner that is somewhat stable. So I mean, on this issue particularly, Tiwa, I like her. She's very cute. She's in her 40s, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that woman is so cute. One of the cutest people that ever lived. She's so cute. And you know another thing I like about her? She has such a youthful energy.
Yeah.
Such a youthful energy. And when she's in a tete-a-tete with somebody, one of the first things they want to say is, "You're 40, you're old." And I'm like, what is the point? That woman is so youthful. Her energy. She's an African bad girl for real.
Yeah.
But on the hiding, why would Tiwa, if that is what they are doing to you, what do you want them to do to me?
It doesn't
Uh,
tell you, don't worry. The thing is,
true, though, true.
with Tiwa, you said like she has to realize that, or I don't know if it's me that's supposed to be preaching to her because I don't feel like I even lived in Lagos, but Lagos love scene is a jungle, and she probably
No,
operates
but she's not a
between.
Lagos love
She's
scene
not that.
person.
Yeah, that's what I'm
She's
saying.
a
She
global love
operates.
scene person.
She operates in multiple cities, but it's almost like
True,
the interactions, the her romantic interactions that we've been aware of, they've mostly been with a lot of men in Lagos.
true.
So Lagos is a jungle where, like, being with someone, not even trying to marry them, it's a jungle. And when you are that famous, with money or whatever, people are going to want to like take advantage of you. So the lover girl thing, especially with Nigerian men, doesn't work. Oh. Doesn't work.
So Nick Cannon was on an interview on the breakfast show. Is it the breakfast show they call it? I think so. And they were having a conversation. He was basically talking about, having 12 kids, his journey there, blah blah blah. So he basically just said that he should have processed his divorce before he had 12 kids. To be honest, I genuinely don't have anything to say. Why? Because yeah, he did not have 12 kids by himself. He didn't have 12 kids by himself. People decided to have 12 kids for this man. And I know some people will be like, oh, well, some girls are looking for money. I don't even think like he'd be giving them money like that. 12 kids? Brie Tissy, or whatever the fuck her name is still on right now defending being a side chick to him, talking about, oh, we don't talk about his other families, or we don't talk about his other. There's a way she says it. And when she's saying it, she's trying to come across as cavalier and above all that. Like, this is a new modern way of relationships that, I don't really care about what he does. Like, when he's with me, he's with me. That's the whole premise around that nonsense. I'm like, ma'am, please shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that was what Chelsea on Selling Sunset, I'm veering off now, but whatever. That was what Chelsea on Selling Sunset tried to. So Chelsea really tried to hold her feet to the fire about deciding to have a kid with Nick Cannon. And then when Chelsea got a divorce, people were like, "Oh well, now you see you now you're also a baby mama." Shut the fuck up. That's not the same thing. A woman getting married to a person, what are you the married part? I don't really care for that. But a person choosing a partner to have a kid with is with that partner for a number of years, has 2 kids with the person. They go on because life is life. The relationship doesn't work out. They get a divorce. You're comparing that to a person that saw a man that had 10 or 11, how many, whatever number of kids that he had, because she's one of the last set of people that had kids for him. Then was like, yeah, this, like, yeah, this is, yeah, this is it. This is the, no, again, I get really hot when I, no, when I believe lol, when women intentionally pick horrible partners. When women intentionally pick horrible partners that they then decide to have kids for. If you want to pick a horrible partner or a partner that the world might deem horrible, no problem. Do not have a fucking kid for that person. Because then it's not just your consequences, it's also the consequences of the child that you're giving birth to. And that is not fair. Honestly, that is evil. It should be a crime. You should be charged to court. 10 years in jail. Let's move on. Imagine being the 12th kid, and you see 10 years later, you see your father on a show saying that you were had out of trauma. You were a trauma response to his divorce. I rest my
Nice.
case.
I don't think I have much to say. It's just like, okay, I think we knew that, Nick. We knew that. Last on today's This Week on Bands. Honestly, there's been a lot happening. There's so many things we can cover, but we can't cover everything.
Of course.
But we're going to just talk about BBN, Big Brother Ninja. And currently, we've had 4 evicted housemates. I think Thelma Lawson was evicted yesterday. Bright Morgan was evicted yesterday. And then today, Kocho and Joanna were evicted. 4 of them, they were like good. I feel like they were good content, but they were obviously not going to win the show. If you review, if you review what has been said about them on like social media, you could tell that okay, they were definitely not going to win the show. So it's not a shocker that they would be evicted. And the show is, coming to an end slowly. It's winding down. I think it's ending.
I'm so surprised that it's been 3 months.
Yeah, it's ending in October. So yeah, they have to start evicting more and more people. Yeah. So generally, that's the update from Big Brother. I do think that this season has been a good season. Like they really like the contestants or participants have been very good. Been a very good source of entertainment. Because the show was seemingly falling off. And I think this year they've been able to revive it to an extent. Like I feel like Nigerians are actively watching it. I do think it also,
for sure.
yeah, I do think it also has to do with the times. I think Nigeria has been going through inflation for a while now, but it looks like they've settled with the inflation. Like people, it's like when you are going up and down, and then you are just down now, and you have settled.
You settle with your hardship.
Yeah, like okay, we have settled in this difficult economy, so
That's
we
just
now
sad.
have time to watch. Like it's not an election year. Doesn't look like you're going to get saved anytime soon, so you might as well entertain yourself with the show. So I feel like I feel like that has been a contributing factor to why people are watching it and enjoying it this year. Because if it was an election year, they would probably be like, oh, like we have an election coming up, we have to save this country, yada yada yada. But now, like, it's like okay, we're cool, we're suffering and we've accepted it. Anyway, there's been a lot happening in the news. These are just a few we decided to talk on. There's been a revolution in Nepal.
Yes.
There was the UN votes where the UN vetoed the UN trying to vote that what Israel was doing wasn't good. Yeah, exactly. So there's been a lot happening in the news. We can't react to all, but we decided to choose a few serious ones and a few, pop culture ones to react to. Please leave a comment, what you think about what has been happening. If you want us to talk about anything specifically, let us know. Remember to engage, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, share our video, talk about it. And yeah, we'll see you on our next episode of This Week on Bants. Bye.